Special education is working with students who have a wide range of learning, mental, emotional, and physical disabilities. They adapt general education lessons and teach various subjects.
In the day, I'm responsible for making sure the kids get off the bus in the morning and come into the cafeteria and are in the cafeteria until we come to class. I have to make sure that lessons that Miss Sines prepares, or if they need copying, I go make copies. I help teach whatever. When the kids are in class, I help work with the kids and follow their goals and what their curriculum is, doing all of the things that the kids do in a normal day, and then I'm making sure they get on their bus in the afternoon and
working on goals. So we collect data, teaching the curriculum. We do a lot of corrective teaching, so when students are not mastering goals or if they're not retaining the information, a lot of times we'll go back and reteach on that. We definitely are, with some students, assisting them when they're going to certain locations and transitioning and stuff like that.
During your first years of teaching, most teachers make roughly about $50,000, but the longer you teach, the more you can make, up to about $85,000.
Talking, obviously, we used to talk, communicate, emails, more with our co-workers than with kids. Some of our kids do have disabilities with hearing, so you have to be a little more patient, a little slower, making sure that they understand what the expectation is.
We communicate every day. A lot of times we do nonverbal communication, so it might be just some kind of facial expression, a gesture with hands or something like that, pointing to something. Verbal communication. We do a lot of visual stuff too, so a lot of times when I'm teaching in my classroom, I will have some kind of visual that goes with it just to reinforce what we're talking about. Communication with peers. My coworkers, we're constantly going back and forth. Sometimes we may have a situation where we need some advice, or maybe how would you handle this type of situation, or something as simple as technology. I'm not good with it, and having somebody else help me with that. So.
Special education requires a loving and caring and patient attitude. It's very important that you are organized and patient with students because structure really helps their environment, and a loving attitude can make them feel and be a lot happier in their class.
It just depends on what level. I'm an assistant, so usually they would like to have a AA degree. Or a lot of experience. I come more from the experience side. Yeah. I have been doing this for over 30 years, and I went to school a long time ago. I went to the University of Alaska and some in New Mexico. So
for education, as a teacher, you need your bachelor's. And depending on your criteria, once you get your bachelor's degree, and let's say you have a specific area of content that you want to work towards, a lot of times your degree will build classes around that. For me, I did not originally go for special education. However, I was still education, secondary, and once I got into teaching, I actually found that I enjoyed working with special needs students, and so I had already had my certification as a teacher, and so I had to take an additional certification to be special ed certified.
Oklahoma State University Cowboys. The University of Oklahoma Boomer Sooners. Texas Christian University Horned Frogs. Texas Tech Red Raiders. The University of Texas Longhorns.
I've been doing this for a long time. I just enjoy being around the kids and becoming friends with the staff and co-workers, and being just around the kids. They keep you going.
Just interacting with the students. I love building relationships with them, interacting with them, seeing their growth, and seeing the relationships they build with other people as well.
I love working with and helping students with special needs succeed. I love forming relationships with them and watching them grow. And I believe as a special ed teacher, I could do all of that and watch them grow even more and succeed. And as you can see in these pictures, I always spend time with them, and I would love to be a special education teacher.